Did you know that there are over 30,000 Bahamians with diabetes and another 23,000 with pre-diabetes? Each year, this number is expected to increase. Many people who have diabetes are unaware. If you are having blurry vision, feeling thirsty, urinating frequently, or are unusually tired or losing weight despite a healthy diet, you may have diabetes. If you have a parent or sibling that has diabetes, you are also at an increased risk of developing diabetes. If you have noticed any of these symptoms, it is important to see your doctor, who will perform the necessary tests to confirm the diagnosis. Together, we can beat diabetes.
Well, what about me?
What about you, what?
Well, I thirsty too, you know.
You want to see all the water out there?
Well, why you don't give me your water, and then you go try and drink that salt water?
You crazy, eh?
I ain't the one talking to a dog, you know.
Ain't nobody can drink salt water.
Then why you won't give it to me? All dogs need fresh, cool water and sufficient shelter from the sun all year round, especially on the beach and during the hot summer months.
Summers are very hot here in the Bahamas, so please make sure all pets have ample, cool, fresh water in proper containers and sufficient shelter from the sun, even on the beach. And make sure all dog houses and kennels have proper ventilation. Let's make it Bahamian to be humane.
This message has been brought to you by the Bahamas Humane Society and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the nation's chief presenting the 2024-2025 budget communication in the House of Assembly.
The 2024-2025 budget reflects just how far we have come in under 3 years.
The business community weighing in on the budget. And a basketball superstar promoting Carnival Cruise Line's Celebration Key. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Changing the status quo, changing lives. That was the theme of the 2024-2025 budget presentation. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks for tuning in. We do apologize for our late start. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, unveiling a transformative vision for the country and in particular the Northern Bahamas. Tonight we have team coverage on Budget 2024 and its details. Our Aja Kwant leads us off.
Big news for the island of Grand Bahama and the Prime Minister's 2024 budget communication. Rumiko, it's news that residents on the island have been waiting for. PM Davis addressing several key projects that are set to boost tourism, economic activity, and overall development on the island, starting with an announcement on a major initiative for the International Bazaar.
This budget year, we expect to source $30 million to fund the purchase of the International Bazaar and the reopening of the West Sunrise Highway.
The funds aim to accommodate the projected growth in tourism and economic activity over the next few years. Prime Minister Davis emphasizing the importance of these investments.
Beyond preserving a significant landmark, this endeavor holds economic potential as the revitalization of the bazaar can stimulate tourism, create jobs, and generate business activity. Reopening the West Sunrise Highway will improve connectivity and facilitate growth in Grand Bahama.
The latest on the Grand Bahama International Airport also included in this budget, as it remains a high priority for Grand Bahamians since it was destroyed in 2019 by Hurricane Dorian. Prime Minister Davis says negotiations are ongoing.
We started demolition works for the Grand Bahama International Airport, and we will begin construction of the new Grand Bahama Airport this budget cycle.
He notes that investing in airports is a strategic move that can yield significant returns, as they are key drivers of economic growth and development. Moreover, the Prime Minister updates on the long-awaited construction of the new healthcare facility on the island.
Work has begun on a new hospital in Grand Bahama and will continue at an accelerated pace. The hospital in Grand Bahama is out the ground.
And with many projects on tap for Grand Bahama, the nation's chief also noting several other ongoing efforts,
including the restoration of the YMCA grounds, the revitalization of the Grand Bahama Arts and Crafts Center at BIC, the renovation of the downtown farmers market, and works at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex, including the upcoming construction of a major world-class aquatic center.
But Rumiko, in addition to all of that, Prime Minister Davis highlighting support for local businesses and community initiatives. He announced grants for 149 local micro and small business owners, while also commending the Ministry for Grand Bahama's Restoration Village for assisting dozens of families with housing, employment support, counseling, and social services. The Ministry for Grand Bahama's Beautiful Grand Bahama Initiative also given credit, which employed hundreds of people to complete more than 100 community projects. Live in studio with the details on the 2024 budget communication, I'm Azure Quant. Back to you, Rumiko.
Thanks, Aja. Now, during the budget communication, the nation's leader emphasized that the accelerated recovery and rebuilding efforts for the islands in the northern Bahamas, the West Grand Bahama Homeowners Assistance and Repair Program, along with the St. Bernard Partnership Project, successfully repaired over 100 homes on Grand Bahama. However, the Prime Minister stressed the urgency of increasing the pace of home repairs and announced that plans are underway to enhance efficiency and reach more families.
On Abaco, our collaboration with the Bahamas Conference of Methodist Church has rebuilt several homes. The Disaster Reconstruction Authority's state-of-the-art hurricane shelter and community center will be completed during the upcoming fiscal year. This shelter provides the surrounding Abaco community with programs and support throughout the year, and a place of refuge during hurricanes.
Additionally, the Prime Minister highlighted that nearly $100 million have been allocated for roadworks and infrastructure projects in the Family Islands, with more projects expected to follow.
New infrastructural projects for the coming fiscal year will include major roadworks, again in Exoma, Kerala, Long Island, Eleuthera, and Abaco, implemented through public-private partnerships, financing, and through the use of the Family Island Development Fund.
Now, Prime Minister Davis's budget communication has sparked a range of reactions from the business community in Grand Bahama. Raven Davis joins us live tonight with that take. Raven?
Thanks, Rumiko. Well, I'm coming to you from the Pelican Bay Resort, where a May business community meeting actually wrapped up earlier today. However, I did get a chance to speak to some members of the business community who are reacting to Prime Minister Davis's budget communication. Now, with no new substantial taxes on the horizon and a focus on economic growth, many are hopeful about the future. However, they are expressing varied opinions on how some of these measures will play out in the long run.
Apart from the issues that prevail between the government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, we're looking for some indication of where we're going.
But the nation's leader announcing a litany of initiatives, emphasizing that the country is heading in the right direction and challenging the Nassau-centric status quo. Noteworthy is the proposed purchase of the International Bazaar and the long-awaited opening of West Sunrise Highway.
Buying of the Bahamas government of the bazaar is fabulous. I hope it parlays into something coming true.
I know that the Minister of Grand Bahama spoke about the bazaar turning into a cultural mecca, Afro-Caribbean. If that's something that they're going to look at and that's something that's going to enhance the populace of Grand Bahama and bring people home and bring them back, I have no problem with it.
He also highlights a banner year for tourism in 2023, with arrivals increasing by 31% in Grand Bahama and some 25% in Abaco. Despite this, Johnson stresses the need for current projects to be completed for the benefit of the economy.
I think that there can be some enhancements that can be made where we could have some collaborative efforts to get persons in key areas where we have tourism-based employees and employers.
And in response to the proposed public service salary review, the Chamber President says government needs to outline a clearer plan for revenue generation to sustain this development.
At the end of the day is what can we afford to do, and it's what is going to drive the revenue so that we can pay these things.
Well, Rumiko, of course, we will continue to provide updates on how these budget measures will affect the local economy. However, for now, business owners are dubbing it an upbeat communication, noting that it is a time of cautious optimism and strategic planning. Reporting live from Pelican Bay Resort, I'm Raven Davis. Back to you at the desk.
Well, as anticipation heightens for the opening of Celebration Key here on Grand Bahama, Shaquille O'Neal, basketball legend,
welcome aboard!
Cruise lines and Celebration Key. In addition to advertisements,
Ocean! TV ride through the jungle or dive into the crystal clear waters of Carnival's new exclusive destination, Celebration Key, welcoming guests in the summer of 2025. Finally, kick off the evening with a craft cocktail at any one of Carnival's dazzling bars and lounges. And take your pick among the delectable restaurants on board, like Emerald's Bistro or Shaq's Big Chicken.
Now, while on board Carnival cruise ship, there are various options to ensure a grand time.
As Carnival CFO, that's short for Chief Fun Officer, it's my job to ensure everyone has an unforgettable vacation experience on their Carnival cruise. All you got to do is enjoy all types of fun on ship, from twists and turns on boat, the world's first roller coaster at sea, the moments of blissful relaxation at Cloud9 Spa.
Fire officials rushing to the scene of a building fire in the Barbary Beach area. That story and more straight ahead.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
On June 16th, guests are invited to join for Sunday brunch at the Grand Ballroom of the Grand Lucayan Hotel for the Father's Day edition, celebrating all dads. Enjoy an exquisite full buffet and live entertainment. Tickets are on sale now at Lighthouse Point Lobby.
They're light, they're trendy, and they're comfortable. Get your Crocs. Now available at John West, Nassau, and Freeport. John West, let us put shoes on your feet.
Mitsubishi Electric's revolutionary dual barrier coating prevents the buildup of everyday dust and oils and dramatically reduces the maintenance on your HVAC. Visit us at MitsubishiComfort.com to learn more.
This year, 11 schools go head-to-head in the Battle of the Brains 2024. Witness the excitement as young minds compete in math, physics, chemistry, and biology. Watch this new episode of Battle of the Brains, powered by GB Power. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Fire officials rushing to the scene of a building fire in the Barberry Beach area recently. Crews were able to keep the fire under control and were happy to report that there were no injuries sustained to those who were living in the building. Here's Inspector Doran Roll with an account of what transpired.
On arrival, fire department, they met fire coming from the utility room area and the ceiling area. They quickly went inside, was able to extinguish the fire inside of the utility room, and later gained access into the ceiling where the fire was extinguished, stopping the spread to this 15-room, two-story structure. At this time, it's still an ongoing investigation, but we could say due to the fact that it was in the utility room and that was the only extent of spread of the fire, we do believe that it's electrical in nature.
The inspectors are also urging the public to be mindful of their surroundings this summer season.
The residents was home and they were safely secured and evacuated the building during the time of the fire. We just want to tell people in this period to be mindful of the electrical components. At this time for the year, we might have had over approximately about 30 building fires.
Well, the songbird at Freeport Gospel Chapel is about to graduate from grade 6 at Freeport Gospel Chapel School. Her name is Ariana Russell, and interesting enough, she demonstrates excellence in her scholastic work, but despite this, she has some challenges that she battles with. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Intelligent and talented Ariana Russell has been an academic achiever since her inception at Freeport Gospel Chapel. But while there, she battled with behavioral issues. However, as she sets her sights on graduating, she has made a complete turnaround in her life.
I'm so blessed, got this heartbeat in my chest. No, it doesn't matter about the rest. If I got you, Lord, I'm so blessed. Grade 1 to grade 4, it was good. I don't think I was in that much problems. I was just, a good child. And then grade 5 hit, and a lot happened. And then when I came in grade 6, I tried to evolve and be better. And now that I'm in second term was a little rough, but now in third term, I feel like I can change, and I was trying to show that to tell the teachers that I am worthy of being better, and to encourage the students to see if they were ever in problems, they can fix it and be better.
Ariana, your hair looks so bad today. Jazaria, you didn't have to say that, Well, we was talking about us, so we might as well say it to her face.
Y'all was talking about me. Anyways, I don't really care, but, just to know, you shouldn't be talking about people behind their backs. Some people, if it don't make no sense, I'll just be like, okay, calm down. It don't make no sense, just try to solve it. But with my friends, sometimes I'll have to say something back, but then I'll let it we'll just fix the situation. It's been rough, like I said. It has been rough, but I feel like now that I've turned around, I'm better, and it's like I'm evolving into a better person.
Okay, Ariana, what is the area of a triangle?
The area of a triangle equals half times base times height.
The bright mind has passed her test at Bishop Michael Eldon High School, and she adds that she's excited to see all that God has in store for her future. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. See you next week, Wednesday, for a stellar student of the North.
What an awesome report. Well, that's a look at stories making news. Flag football is heating up on Grand Bahamas. Shane, tell us the latest.
That's right, Rumiko. Coming up in sports, the hype is building around the Grand Bahama Flag Football Playoffs. You've got details on that plus more, so stick around. Sports is up next.
Mikey and Kool-Aid. Don't miss the best of the best. Turks and Caicos Islands, June 27th through 30th. TCI. Be there.
Throughout history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
8:10 a.m. The Light. Coffee and conversation with me, Gigi. Waking you up each
The aim is to inspire you. The aim is to encourage you. It's a joy to come here each and every morning. I don't consider this work at all. I haven't worked a day in my life. That's how much I enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Shane Stubbs and welcome to Sports. We've got updates on soccer plus basketball. But first, let's hear from Jay Philippe about the latest in flag football.
Sky's the limit. Rock Boys heading into the playoffs as the top-seeded team in the men's division. Well, we had a rough start, losing the first game of the season. And then after that, we won 8 in a row. We had some little kinks to work out within the team. I think we are pretty confident. Quarterback Drexel Russell says they are hoping to repeat as champions. We still have work to do. So at the end of the day, it comes down to focus and preparation for the playoff. In the ladies division, head coach James Wildgoose says they are hoping to become this year's Grand Bahama champions.
Preparation is key. So for the next week and a half, we're going to prepare as much as we can. And we're not going to say, we're just going to be champions. We're willing to go out there and put our best foot forward and just wait on the results.
Playoffs is expected to begin this Sunday at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jay Philippe.
Next in sports, we got scores from the Arthur Paris Mary Knob Primary Soccer League. In girls action, the Tabernacle Falcons and Lewis Yard Eagles needed penalty kicks to determine the winner in this one. The Falcons, though, would get the W, scoring 4 goals to 2. And on the boys' side of the pitch, the Falcons would also score a win over the Eagles. They take that one by a final score of 2-1. And lastly, the LAS Buccaneers would shut out the Freeport Primary Conquerors 4-0. And lastly, in sports, Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty are back in action this evening when they take on the Phoenix Mercury. They're looking to get back in the win column, though, after dropping their last 2 games to the Chicago Sky and Minnesota Lynx, respectively. Jones, however, for the season is averaging 13.5 points per game while grabbing 8 rebounds on the season. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen, for your sports check this evening. I'm Shane Stubbs. As always, be safe and be great.
Here's a look at your local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Stay with us, our Facebook friend of the night, when we come back.
JMC Gaming TCI, JS Events Freeport, and Shisha Lounge TCI present the best of the best Turks and Caicos and Bahamas concert weekend. June 27th through 30th. Thursday, day one, the People's Rush at the Fish Fry at 7 p.m. Featuring the We Funk Junkanoo Group with special guests, Saxon's Brass. Friday, day two, Casino Royal Day from 1 to 4 p.m. Friday night, the Welcome Party at Shisha Lounge from 10 p.m. Featuring TCI's Most Wanted, DJ Shay, DJ Young Squad, and the Prime DJ. Saturday, day three, Day Away Beach Party. Noah's Ark from 12 midday to 4 p.m. Then Saturday night is the best of the best concert, Grace Bay Village, from 9 p.m. Featuring live from TCI, Sprat, Mikey and Kool-Aid, Gemma, Barbara Johnson, from the Bahamas, D-Mac, KP, Chino T, Elon Mopsy, Veronica Bishop, Sweet Emily, Nishi Ellis, Afi, and Stevie S. For more info, phone 649-231-0018 or email comegowithmeweekend@gmail.com.
Health officials announced early on that the curve of the fourth wave has been flat.
Stand by, talent. 2 and cue.
We have a dynamic team of diverse, enthusiastic journalists committed to uncovering the truth and delivering it with zeal and integrity.
Confirms that the victim's body was found by an individual who was involved in the search.
We tell the heartwarming tales of resilience and success, from local politics to cultural events. We have it covered. We have Aja coming live from Bimini tonight for our top story. We are your trusted source in the North. We are ZNS Northern Edition.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
To the nurses at the Grand Bahama Kidney Center, we salute you as our Facebook friends of the night. We say thanks for all that you do, and a special shout out to the Royal Islander crew, Carol, Prissy, and Jackie. Thanks for taking care of our ZNS News team. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Increased revenue, increased expenditure, but where does that leave the national deficit? Find out in our breakdown of the 2024-2025 budget communication. The opposition voicing key concerns coming out of the new proposed fiscal plan, openly accusing the government of yet another disappointing and inadequate plan. An active search continues for missing 16-year-old Devon Isaacs. Plus in sports, day one of the public primary school track meet at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jiminita Swain, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's been dubbed Changing the Status Quo, Changing Lives. And in his budget communication, Minister of Finance, the Honorable Prime Minister Philip Davis, touted the Davis administration's accomplishments, touting that in under 3 years, government knocked $1 billion off the country's deficit, surpassing international projections with time to spare. This, as he says, the Davis administration entered office with a deficit at 13.1% of the GDP. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
Government revenue for the first 3 quarters of the outgoing fiscal year between July 2023 to March 2024 came in at $2.2 billion. That's an increase of $112.4 million.
This improvement in revenue performance resulted from an increase in tax revenue of $136.9 million to a total of $2 billion. Tax revenue to date amounts to 67% of the budget forecast. Revenue highlights during the first 3 quarters of the fiscal year are as follows. Taxes collected on property grew by 18.4 million and total 145.6 million, which represents 74.6% of the budget targeted.
When it comes to real property tax, Minister of Finance, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, disclosed that revenue collected grew by $18.4 million, totaling $145.6 million, or 74.6% of budget targets. Those accounts grew 3% in 2023 compared to 2022, with another 2.3% increase in 2024 compared to 2023.
VAT receipts improved by $58.5 million, or 6.3%, and amounted to $993.9 million, following amendments to the VAT Act strengthening collections enforcement. This total accounts for 62.5% of the budget target.
Customs and import duties also went up by $4.4 million in the first 3 quarters of fiscal year 2023-2024 to sit at $190.5 million. As revenue rose, so did government spending by $76.9 million to total $2.4 billion. As for the specifics, the Minister of Finance says recurrent expenditure climbed by $35.9 million to total $2.2 billion. Capital expenditure also rose by $41 million.
Outlay on compensation of employees increased by $35 million to a total of $629 million, representing 73.5% of the budget target. This reflects a higher public sector wage bill due to various union agreements and employee promotions and reclassification reforms, or classification reforms. Interest payments on public debt increased by $17.3 million to a total of $409.1 million.
Government subsidies decreased by $17.6 million, while the deficit also dropped from $258.7 million at the mid-year point to $214.1 million.
This represents a decrease of 14.3% from the deficit of $249.8 billion in the same period of the prior year.
The nation's leader credits operational efficiency while controlling expenditure for the decrease, while touting that again, there were no new taxes. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Prime Minister Davis also revealing today a fleet of government investments into Bahamians and in the development of the islands. This as the Davis administration's plans to take millions into the government revenue and directly pour it into residents spread across the archipelago. And Devontae Hanna joins me live in studio with that angle. Good evening, Devontae. Tell us just how the Prime Minister intends to do this.
Definitely, Jimmy. It was a long day, but Prime Minister Davis unveiled an ambitious plan to invest in the future of Bahamians in his budget address. From education to infrastructure, this is public servants like accountants, teachers, nurses, and the armed forces, just to name a few, can expect a bigger salary in the next fiscal year.
Funds have been designated in this budget to conduct and implement a salary review with the aim of increasing the compensation for the entire public service.
Adding to that, the recruitment of 100 new immigration officers, the purchase of 4 new Defense Force safe boats, and the strengthening of technology to fight crime. Prime Minister Davis in his communication also revealing a combined $20 million being injected into the University of the Bahamas and the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. A similar route has been taken to bolster the nation's healthcare system.
Funding for healthcare will be raised domestically through a commercial bank totaling $75 million. This will be targeted toward the ongoing development of the hospital in Grand Bahama and the renovations at Princess Margaret Hospital.
The nation's chief also not shying away from boosting the economy of Grand Bahama, as well as the island's restoration and revitalization.
We expect to source $30 million to fund the purchase of the International Bazaar and the reopening of the West Sunrise Highway to accommodate the projected growth in tourism and economic activity over the next few years.
Exuma, Cat Island, Long Island, Eleuthera, and Abaco can also expect major road works in the next fiscal year, funded through a public-private partnership at the New Family Island Development Fund, and to address small home repairs across the country, a $5 million investment. But in putting Bahamians first, the Davis administration also plans to make the recreational watercraft industry 100% Bahamian-owned.
We are adding a new provision specifying that only Bahamians may be issued a license for the commercial operation of all motorized watercraft. This includes ownership and operation of jet skis for hire and other commercial leisure boating activity.
Well, definitely some great news there, but Prime Minister Davis also revealed today that there are plans to make several items duty-free, including drones, laundry detergents, digital cameras, and CMOS for health benefits, that is. Duty on things like cotton sheets, bed linen, compostable bags, and paper bags will be reduced. Now, of course, these line items have not been completely set in stone, as they have to be debated in the House of Assembly. After that, Jimenita, the budget will come into effect on July 1st. Right now, all we can do is just follow that latest development. So reporting live in studio, I'm Devontae Hanna. Back to you, Jimenita.
Thanks so much, Devontae. Well, the Opposition Free National Movement not at all impressed with government's budget, insisting it offers very little and lacks any true transformational qualities, which the administration is touting. Corval Pyfram has reaction from the opposition.
Perhaps it should come as no surprise that the opposition took exception to a number of things from today's budget. So it wasn't long after the Prime Minister's communication ended in the House of Assembly that it was the F&M's leader's turn to give his assessment on the government's fiscal blueprint.
We believe that this administration is continuing to destroy its credibility, and because of the lack of candor on the state of the nation's finances. It is clear that we are having a cash crunch with this administration, notwithstanding their boast about revenue.
Ambiguous, short on specifics, even untrue. Those were just a few of the ways Opposition Leader Michael Pintard categorized the budget. The government's plans for raising revenue, decreasing its deficit, all unclear, Mr. Pintard contends. And he reignited fear that Bahamas Power and Light is headed towards privatization, while its employees are being kept in the dark.
And the employees have no real assurance as to who they will be working for, whether it be the government of Bahamas or one of the agencies that the government is going to privatize BPL between.
The country is experiencing an economic turnaround, the Prime Minister revealed during his budget communication Wednesday morning, from what he labeled the brink of risking harsh austerity measures to an era of compassion and fiscal responsibility. The F&M not buying any of it.
One of the things that of great concern to us is that the deficit at $214 million over 9 months is, in fact, beyond the $132 million that they actually projected.
With the administration announcing plans to purchase what was once the International Bazaar in Freeport for approximately $30 million, a plan the F&M leader seems to scoff at, to the still not resolved Grand Bahama Airport acquisition, to small home repairs and a true roadmap for Grand Bahama's rebound. Mr. Pintard asserts the budget offers more of the same and little to nothing for Grand Bahama.
We would like to know what is the government's timetable with respect to the development of Grand Bahama's International Airport, and what has happened to the berm, that is the protective barrier that would protect both the business community and the airport, which was supposed to be a part of the first phase of the development of the airport.
The complete budget debate expected to get underway in the House of Assembly next Wednesday. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfram.
Now, as we've given some of those highlights from today's budget communication, our Lloyd Allen provided feedback from the public on a number of key adjustments made to the mailboat and fishing industry.
Coming out from the Prime Minister's budget communication were concessions for fishermen, which are also inclusive of refrigerated trucks, aquariums, chillers, as well as water quality supply equipment. We're speaking with fisherman Andrew Thompson, who says while these adjustments are good, there's still more that can be done.
Yeah, I like about the compressor, this compressor issue we have
The fishermen out there have to do a lot of free diving. I think the government need to look into having a permit for the summer, a summer permit for fishing conch, because a lot of fishermen out here are free diving, and it is strenuous to get these products, and these products is a necessity.
Now, in addition with those adjustments made by the Prime Minister, he also announced that a number of changes are set for the mailboat industry, inclusive of new contracts and expanded routes. Stephen Newbold is the operator of the current Pride and gave this response.
I am very excited from the announcement of the Prime Minister, seeing that I'm in the middle of upgrading the current Pride with a new vessel in Honduras, 160-foot roll-on, roll-off, and that'll actually be good, that we could extend our route and have more destinations. So I'm excited, and I'll check into it as soon as I get it back to the capital.
Now, just before the details of the budgets were conveyed in the House, we spoke with former Senior Finance Revenue Officer Julian Smith, who shared a bit about what's happening when it comes to considerations in this year's budget.
Yes, and I think, like I say, one of the really high bucket items on this budget communication is going to be the increase in NIB. A lot of businesses are really grappling now with the high energy costs, now coupled with the fact that they have to face these new NIB increases, I think we'll have to figure out how the government helps us navigate through that. And, one of the ways I was thinking was to give businesses who are shifting over to the more energy efficient measures tax credits, and kind of align that with the business license so that they can monitor that and issue those credits as it relates to the installation of solar equipment on their businesses.
Well, I think what's fair to say is this year optimism is riding high when it comes to the 2024 budget. Reporting from Parliament Square for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In other news, the government pushing its arbitration narrative with an agreement of cooperation with the Hong Kong International Arbitration Center. Both entities will explore jointly the coordinated activities, including conferences, workshops, trainings, and other international arbitration events and/or other means of alternative dispute resolution. This agreement of cooperation is important to the Bahamas' continued growth as a viable jurisdiction for arbitration and other alternative dispute resolution processes, as it will provide invaluable training opportunities for Bahamian ADR practitioners and further increase the Bahamas' profile as a preferred ADR jurisdiction in the Americas. Well, still to come, an update on Devin Isaacs. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More news in a moment.
Brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
It's so new. It's so radical. New, the Kentucky Pizza Sandwich. Crispy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella, and pepperoni. It's so new. It's so radical. Order your Cheetah Sandwich now at kfcnassau.com. It's finger-licking good. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here. But when I turn to party, this drunk and I got me wet. So, boy,
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
When we started Stormframe Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out islands.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Bank of the Bahamas understands that excellence in banking is not just a goal, but an unending journey. In just a few years, we have doubled the number of ATMs in our network. We've renovated facilities in Freeport and introduced new state-of-the-art premises in Nassau. Updated our website, making it easier for clients to stay in touch. And with our new mobile app, you can bank on the go 24/7. We've upgraded our cards to secure chip and contactless technology and introduced a chip and contactless debit card. And there's more to come, because excellence isn't about reaching a pinnacle. It's about cultivating a business that puts you at the center. BOB, your bank of solutions.
We're all in this boat together. It takes a team to do it. It doesn't take one person or 3 people, 5 people. It takes a team of people to pull this thing off.
We have about 72 employees in Freeport, and the rest are in Nassau, Abelkona, Luthra, a total of over 165.
A lot of people are not aware that Sans is brewed here in the Bahamas. It's made, it's produced here in Grand Bahama Island after Dorian, and especially during the pandemic. Every time I saw a bottle of beer, every time I saw a Sans product, it represented resilience.
The only thing I can say to the Bahamian people is to support your own.
All of us are in this boat together, our staff, the country, everyone. And we've been through a lot of rough patches, taking on water, bail the water out, and now it's time to be sailing forward. And we need everyone's support to make that happen.
Throughout history, from bartering in ancient markets to the invention of paper currency, convenience has been at the heart of the way we pay. As time marched on, so have we, from barter to cash and cash to digital. Whether you pay with an online bank transfer, digital wallet, or contactless card, with digital payments, options abound. The world never stops evolving, and neither should you. Choose freedom, choose flexibility, choose convenience. The future of pay is digital. Visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Life's twists, turns, and defining moments. RBC is a blend for all of you.
Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili. Wow, wow. Garlic and ginger have many flavors, like honey barbecue.
Signature hot wings.
Those pepper wings. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan. Tastes so good, chicken. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. Ghost pepper wings.
Portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Authorities sending a very strong public appeal for any information they can get on the whereabouts of 16-year-old Devin Isaacs. Joey, as he's affectionately called, was last seen at his Carmichael Road home around 10 p.m. Wednesday, May 15th. Here's Police Commissioner Clayton Fernando with this update.
Even through the weekend, keeping the family members up to date as to where we are with the investigation and if any information they have to add to respect to trying to find exactly where he's at. We have received a number of video footage, CCTV, that is assisting us with the investigation. So we have a number of lines of inquiries which are going on, one right after the other.
Well, 30-year-old Kyle Carter was recently sentenced to 5 years behind bars after his black van was pulled over by police, where they discovered suspected marijuana and outstanding arrest warrants. A further check of Carter's home also led to the discovery of 13 pistols and 2 high-powered weapons. As the case was tried in the magistrate's court, resulting in the sentencing, concerns have surfaced on the length of the sentence. Responding to this, Police Commissioner Clayton Fernando.
The world knows my stance with respect to firearm possession. The punishment have to fit the crime. You know my stance on that. I'm going to stay in my lane, but I'm happy to know that our Attorney General office viewing the firearms law. So we support that in a big way. Because we know that the majority of our crime that are occurring, especially the murders, the armed robberies, we see the use of firearms, and I'm talking about high-powered rifles.
New vehicles bearing the Urban Renewal logo now added to the existing fleet for the 11 centers around the capital. The presentation made on Tuesday from police headquarters as police officials have ramped up their efforts throughout various communities. But as Lloyd Allen shares in this report, there is more to come.
The Urban Renewal Department adding 11 vehicles to its existing fleet. And according to officials, well, this is just the start. The announcement and presentation made on Tuesday at police headquarters.
We are here today in this one component to dedicate these cars in the presence of our God so that when you go into community, with God's grace and mercy, we could get this done.
Housing and Urban Renewal Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell, says the new fleet represents an historic growth in the organization first launched by former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie.
I believe just as we are writing a book on urban renewal so that we can document our history, Commissioner, we have to document these cases so that we could pass on the history and the knowledge to those officers which come behind about perseverance and endurance.
National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, and Urban Renewal State Minister, the Honorable Lisa Raming, say a multi-agency approach to policing is key in the overall objective of preventing crimes as they support Minister Bell in the advancement of Urban Renewal's fleet.
When we look at the 5 pillars of crime fighting, prevention, policing, prosecution, punishment, and rehabilitation, he's very concerned that we spend as much money in prevention as we do in the other pillars.
Oh, I know the residents in the community would be more excited because oftentimes when I call, because I'm always in the marathon in the community, and you call and you said, but I need the police to come. I hate to hear, ain't no car. Now, I know we ain't gonna never hear that from Urban Renewal.
Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernando also guiding officers to continue in executing their roles within the community-based operation.
Officers, you are charged with maintaining these vehicles and using them solely in the execution of your duties. These vehicles will allow you to be more visible in your communities to conduct patrols, visits, and inquiries as needed.
Now, as these officers prepare to drive off in these new vehicles, Minister Bell says there's more to come, especially for those officers on the Family Islands. Reporting from police headquarters for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
We still have more news to come, but Marcellus has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, preparations continue for the upcoming Swim Nationals. Details ahead in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Tourism today. Bahamas Tourism today.
General Manager, PW Companies, Paris Williams, showed us how Del Sol's unique color-changing clothing blends perfectly with the islands of the Bahamas.
So Del Sol is a brand that many have grown to love over the years. We've been in business over 20 years. Del Sol is all about the color change. It's fun for both the family, for everybody. Both adults and the kids love it just the same. But everything in this store changes color in the sun, which makes it so much fun to have. Not only do we have like souvenir t-shirts for all those traveling to the Bahamas, but we also have unique designs that are only available right here in Nassau, Bahamas. So Del Sol is such a unique brand where the different ports that they may travel, if they're on a cruise, every store has something different. So Cara Aloha is a unique brand. Everything is made out of bamboo. You can't find anything like it. Bamboo is the softest material on the planet, and we've literally created everything out of it. So we have everything from apparel, but what we're really known for is our luxury bedding. So we do everything from bamboo bed sheets down to bamboo mattresses as well. So it's we call it a magic material. It's the softest material known to man. It regulates your body temperature. So in hot climates like the Bahamas, it keeps you cool, and warm in colder climates, it warms you up. And so the best way for me to tell anyone about our brand is to get them in here so that they can experience it themselves. So we are located on the main Bay Street. We actually have 2 locations. So we have one on the Parliament Street, close to the cruise ship port, and we also have one on the main Bay Street, right after Frederick Street.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Allie and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Allie dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Did you know you can pay your bills on the Cash and Go app?
For real?
Transfer funds internationally, right from the Cash and Go app.
See, Dad? I told you.
Did you know that you can apply for a loan right on the Cash and Go app?
No way!
Pay staff right from the Cash and Go app.
Well, Mocha.
It's the app for me.
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 Here in the Bahamas, we love our food. From savory comforters to refreshing coconut water, our cuisine reflects our vibrant culture and abundant natural resources. But as our population grows and global challenges like climate change loom, ensuring food security is more critical than ever. We at the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources want you to play your part by supporting local farmers and fishers.
Passionate Bahamians have evangelized for years about the need to feed ourselves.
Together, we can reduce our carbon footprint and promote economic resilience within our communities. Let's honor our traditions, protect our environment, and ensure that the flavors of our Bahamas endure for future generations.
Bahamas, let's work together to lower our food import bill. Food security is in our hands.
Food security is in our hands.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long, yet the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Here's an energy-efficient business tip brought to you by the Small Business Development Center. Your energy saving strategy is most effective when the whole team is aware of it. Even better, incentivize front and back office staff to participate in creating and executing your innovative strategy. To become an energy-efficient business, call the Small Business Development Center at 242-461-7232. Or log on to our website at www.sbdcbahamas.com.
Ever Turks and Caicos Islands Business Outlook, June 7th at the beautiful Beaches Resort. Our theme is opportunities for growth and inclusion for all TCI stakeholders. Don't miss the keynote address by Premier, the Honorable Charles Washington Missick. Join discussions about tourism, infrastructure, and housing. Join thought leaders from various sectors to discuss the future of TCI's economy. Network over lunch and seize opportunities for growth. Register now at tclevents.com and secure your ticket for this groundbreaking event.
Thanks for staying with us. Bishop Delton Fernando recently elected as the new head of the Bahamas National Baptist Missionary and Educational Convention. The president's focus on a theme of revive, repair, and restore. Some of his plans include rebranding the convention to reflect the dynamic contributions Baptists have made to our country. He also plans to rebuild its convention headquarters at its former location on Blue Hill Road. Additionally, a focus to revive churches to fulfill the mandate set out in the Bible and to positively impact communities. The president issuing a thank you for the support online. Well, improvements to enhance tourist attractions here in the capital continue. A $3 million contract for the restoration of the 126-foot-tall water tower at Fort Finn Castle was signed Tuesday. It's a collaboration between the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs and the Antiquities, Monuments and Museums Corporations and SJK Construction and Engineering Company, led by Stephen Knowles of Long Island. Minister Clay Sweeting said the restoration of the water tower built back in 1928, which stands 216 feet above sea level, follows the renovations of the nearby Queen's Staircase and its water feature. The goal is to renovate and improve touristic sites nationwide.
The Antiquities, Monuments and Museums Corporation has expressed a strong desire to see the Fort Finn Castle water tower restored to its former glory. And today, we are taking a significant step.
Well, SJK Construction CEOs Stephen Knowles and AMMC Director Chris Curry both spoke on the benefits of reopening that it means for Bahamians.
It's an area that could be improved for more Bahamian entrepreneurs to make a living, you know, a good living from tourist souvenirs and everything alike. So I really look forward to the completion of this and probably more work around that area so it could benefit the country at large.
With the fulfillment of the scope of work and the intended mobilization and construction pending, what we're going to find is a 3-in-1 heritage site. The Queen's Staircase already having the renovation undertaken there. We now look to the water tower to complete the 3-in-1 site with Fincastle already operational. And so we look forward to Bahamians visiting our site in the near future.
A new state-of-the-art facility expected to revolutionize the wellness industry in the country. Scores turning out for the official opening of the country's $1.2 million chiropractic and physical therapy center this past weekend. Desmond Saunders tells us more.
What began as a dream some 10 years ago has now become a reality. Leading Bahamian chiropractor Dr. Chantal Mizik opening her state-of-the-art chiropractic dynamic healing wellness center on Bahamas Boulevard, Cable Beach.
I wanted to offer the Bahamian community another option that will help them to optimize their health and also to be able to encompass and to empower their ability to make better decisions, especially when it comes to their health.
The 3,000 square foot facility features a basketball court, 4 treatment rooms, a fully digital decompression table to treat bulging herniated disc. It's also equipped with a 25-foot pool for aquatic therapy. Former Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for Killarney, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, congratulating the young physician. He believes the center is critical for Bahamians.
And we don't have sufficient facilities in town to deal with those types of aches. Individuals have to go to the States. If they're motor vehicle accident, sustain injury after surgery, they have to go to the States for therapy. But now we have a facility here, so you can imagine all that money that they were spent traveling that stays home, builds the economy.
No easy feat for the young chiropractor who experienced numerous setbacks getting her newly constructed building off the ground. But with sheer grit and the support of close family and friends, the chiropractor says it was all worth it.
The roadblocks would have been Ministry of Works, the ministry also too in terms of property, getting the property sorted out, like different things that in terms of the early stages of building. After that, everything was a breeze in that we were making sure that at every point we had the documents that were needed, and so being proactive to ensure that the building would be open at a particular time because of the demand of patients we started to see.
Practicing for over 14 years and running her own business for 8 years this July, the new owner hopes to make her imprint on the Bahamian health landscape, providing relief and a higher quality of life for Bahamians. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
You're watching The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More news in a moment.
You could win an all-expense paid trip to Paris with Scotiabank. Use your current or activate a new Scotiabank credit card and spend $300 or more for a chance to win an all-expense paid trip for 2 to Paris for 5 days and 4 nights. And that's not all. You also get $1,000 U.S. spending money for your trip. Promotion runs April 15th to May 31st. Conditions apply. Pack for Paris with Scotiabank. Use your Scotiabank credit card or apply for one today. Authorized by the Gaming Board of the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism. Trademark of the Bank of Nova Scotia. Used under license.
The prices are just lower with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounce, $2.15. Hunt's ketchup, 32 ounce, $2.99. Country Barn mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $3.75. Whole chickens, $2.19 per pound. Sweet mangoes, 2 for $3. Save each day in May at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
16 young Grand Bahama men have embarked on the opportunity of a lifetime as they left the island for Liverpool, England, where they will participate in 3 months of hands-on training as a part of the Grand Bahamas Shipyard's Apprenticeship program in collaboration with the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute and the Engineering College in Birkenhead. The international exposure encapsulates the apprentices' second part of their 4-year program, which exposes them to marine mechanical works and pipe fitting. 19-year-old Quentin Moore says once he's done with his training abroad, his plan is to return home, complete the program, and eventually work as a member of GB Shipyard's team. Meantime, Pastor Raymond Gordon says he's proud and excited to see his 19-year-old son, Raymond Jr., and others grow and develop to accept such a great opportunity.
I feel like it's a wonderful opportunity for young men and young women around the Bahamas that want to get into the industrial field, that like to work hands-on trades, etc. I feel like it's the perfect alternative to college because yes, the 4-year program. I feel like as opposed to college, this is more like a higher chance that you get into the field.
I think it's an excellent thing the shipyard is doing to gather young men in our society. You know, they say young men we are losing them, but the shipyard is playing an excellent role in Grand Bahama especially, you know, to take young men who have potential, who's looking for a future, you know, to extend their job opportunity.
GB Shipyard Training Manager Alvaro Kemp spoke about how the opportunity came about.
We did some research and we found out that there were an engineering college that actually deals specifically with apprentices. So I would have done some research. I went over there last year, checked out the facility, we came back and we came up with a program, and BTVI played a major role because what we would have done, initially we would have taken out these young men in the back of me, we would have taken them to BTVI. They would have done about 16 weeks at BTVI where we did a lot of the basic engineering skills, basic drawings, basic how to identify different tools, measurements, all sorts of stuff, just getting them ready.
It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Jiminita. We have partly cloudy skies, temperature at 89 degrees, the relative humidity 55%, easterly winds at 4 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,017.0 millibars, that's 30.03 inches. And your temperatures around the outlets this evening, 87 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Turtle Key at 86, 87 in Marsh, Abaco, the Berry Islands, 86 as well. Alisan Bimini, a little cooler at 82 degrees, Harbor Island, 86. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 87 degrees in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Camp Space on Andros at 86 in Black Point, Exuma, 87 degrees, 86 in Alderstown, Cadallen. San Salvador at 87, Rum Key, 85 degrees, 86 in Georgetown, Exuma. And I will pick up some 87s in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megwana, 85, Acklands, 86, Matchy, Taninago, 82, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 85 degrees. Now, your boating forecast tonight through Friday in the northwestern islands, light and variable winds with flat seas. Once again, high tide taking place at 1:35 in the morning, with the low tide at 8:09 tomorrow morning as well. Now for the southeast and central Bahamas, tonight through Friday, the wind's going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots and the wave heights at 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Lowering your costs? That's super value and quality supermarkets. Distinction Evaporated Milk, 14 ounce, $1.19. Olivia Vegetable or Canola Cooking Oil, 48 ounce, $4.99. U.S. Choice Boneless Chuck Roast or Steak, $8.99 per pound. Panama Raw Shrimp, 41.50, 12 ounce, $4.99. Hilladale Eggs, extra large, 1 dozen, $2.99. Save each day in May at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
This year, we were proud to introduce our theme, Under the Sea, and bring awareness to the importance of sustainable fishing and conservation of our amazing marine resources like lobster, the Nassau grouper, and conch. Moving forward every Boxing Day, the group will focus on a new cause as aligned with our key brand pillars and engaging an iconic Bahamian musician to create and perform a song to promote that cause.
Protecting the environment, right? 35 years as the mayor of the Bahamas.
What you doing here? I know you shop at Mazzari. And what is with this glow?
Girl, I've been shopping here for years. How do you think I stay so cute and trendy? I've been glowing from head to toe. It's the Mazzari effect.
Mazzari effect? Miss, I want all of this.
This is your first time at Mazzari.
You could win an all-expense paid trip to Paris with Scotiabank. Use your current or activate a new Scotiabank credit card and spend $300 or more for a chance to win an all-expense paid trip for two to Paris for 5 days and 4 nights. And that's not all. You also get $1,000 U.S. spending money for your trip. Promotion runs April 15th to May 31st. Conditions apply. Pack for Paris with Scotiabank. Use your Scotiabank credit card or apply for one today. Authorized by the Gaming Board of the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism. Trademark of the Bank of Nova Scotia. Used under license.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcelo Saul. Starting you off with some softball news, as last night, ladies softball at the Bankers Field, Johnson Lady Truckers in the white going up against the UB Mingos. This one, pretty tightly contested ball game, but in the end, it will be Lady Truckers. They were making the key plays they needed down the stretch. They hold on here for the 7-5 win. On the men's side, the Cybertech Blue Marlins had their hands full with the Titans on this one. Pretty close game here as well. Blue Marlins holding on here. They get the victory 10-9. And the New Providence Public Primary School's track and field meet started today at the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. Swanson Gibson has the details as the action got underway.
Day one of the championship saw nearly 20 public primary schools compete fiercely at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Kids in various divisions showcased their talent with hopes of winning a gold medal. This meet coming on the heels of last week's Frank Pancho Ramming Primary School Nationals. President of the New Providence Public Primary School Sports Association, Latoya Stirrup, noted that the World Athletic Relays caused a delay for this year's meet. She also deconstructed the theme and schedule of events over the next few days.
It is late during this particular time. It's because of the World Relays. Our meet usually being in April, but because of the World Relays, we were pushed back to the end of this month, which is May 29th, 30th, and 31st. Under the theme, continuing to cultivate excellence through athletics. First day, we have the long distance race or the middle distance races, which is the 1,200 meters, the 800 meters, and also we put some little sprints in there, which is the 1, the 2, and so forth. Also, we do have the throwing events today, which is the softball throw. That's the C division. We have the A boys long jump, and also we have the B girls high jump today. So we'll be competing. We have 19 schools in New Providence competing for the title. Last year, the champions was Uriah McPhee, and then second was Cleveland Indians and Sadie Curtis. So we're gonna see who will come up champions for this school year.
The public primary school championships conclude Friday, May 31st. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr.
Over to swimming, where the Betty Kelly Kenning Swim Complex has been active lately. Last weekend, hosting the Barracuda Swim Meet, featuring a number of local swim clubs, sharpening up their swimmers now for the upcoming nationals. Coach Sean Neely of the Lightning Aquatics saying that's the main focus for those swimmers coming in.
It's always a challenge. A lot of the kids are trying to make cuts for nationals, so that's really the emphasis, just to get them in nationals. The ones that have already made their cuts, it's more of a preparation for nationals in terms of them just getting up and getting in some races and swimming some races that they may not be swimming at nationals.
Neely adding that his club in particular has had some difficult obstacles to overcome.
Overall, with this facility, we've had some challenges in terms of scheduling and stuff like that. As a club, we've had a lot of personal challenges from that perspective. Last year, my son was diagnosed with cancer, so we were dealing with that. I had a parent who lost a brother who was active in the club also. She's active in the club. And then, of course, we had the loss of Mr. Saunders in the club. So it's been a bit of a difficult year for us. But for the most part, the swimmers, the parents, we've all been fighting through it, and we're looking for some good performances this year at Nationals.
And that's your check on sports for you here on this Wednesday. Of course, we do have Wednesday weather just around the corner. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here. Cause when I turn to party, it's broken. I got me wet, so boy, my island.
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Watch the spring commencement ceremony of the University of the Bahamas, live from Atlantis at 2 p.m. on Thursday, May 30th, only on the ZNS Television Network, on Cable Bahamas Channel 211 or Flow TV Channel 113, and streaming on ZNS social media. Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we have a little pre-frontal troughing just across the northwest Bahamas, and that will provide pockets of showers over parts of the northwest and central Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. But for us here in the capital, mainly clear and warm conditions can be expected, with a high temperature getting up to 79 degrees, and tomorrow partly sunny, hot and humid again, with a high temperature of 90 degrees. The extended one forecast is going to be pretty toasty tomorrow, 90 degrees, 89 degrees on Friday, and as we head into the weekend, We'll have a slight drop in our temperatures. Well, we'll get you into the mid-80s during the daytime, and those nighttime drop into the mid-70s as well. But as we head into next week, Tuesday, there's going to be a mid to upper level trough moving into the area, and that will provide us some scattered showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be heavy at times. Jiminita?
Thanks, Basil. Shopping, sipping, and culture. This Sip and Shop event was designed to entice tourists and locals to explore the eastern end of downtown. And other than its charcuterie cups, caricature, and henna artists, what set it apart is the opportunity to sip while browsing for unique handmade local crafts.
So we're having events like this to try and drum up activity, get folks to turn east of East Street, which is always a challenge with tourists. And we're hoping that if we can come up with new creative ideas, we can find ways to drive people and drive some traffic for some of the vendors.
An initiative like this is so important because we have so many small entrepreneur businesses that is not being seen, that is not out there. So we want to do the Sip and Shop so persons could come in and explore and see what kind of talent, creativity we have here in the Bahamas.
And vendors were thrilled to showcase their goods to a global audience. From handcrafted jewelry to innovative straw bags, there was something for everyone at this vibrant gathering.
From the event, sales have been good, picking up slowly through the day. People are adapting to the energy on the outside, so it's bringing a lot of customers on the inside.
Other than spending money with international brands, come and support local. We can do things just as well as they can.
Now to this programming note, stay tuned to the ZNS network immediately following the Bahamas Tonight for a rebroadcast of the Prime Minister's budget communication in the House of Assembly. Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.